Hey everybody, welcome back to a new Minecraft Snapshot video. This one's brought to you by our fantastic sponsor you just have to check out. That's right, it's the Fallen Kingdom Minecraft server, and if you join now, you'll help us on our road to 10,000 concurrent players on the server, forcing me to cosplay as a cat maid, IRL. You can join at play.fallenkingdom.co in Minecraft Java 1.14 and higher, so check it out. You can copy paste the IP from the description as well. So with this snapshot, we have new stuff, and there's also stuff that's new to Java. And with that, I'm mostly referring to the goats, because you're probably like, wait, didn't you make a video before on goats? And yes, I did, but that was on Bedrock, and now they're finally added to Java. And I think they have a couple new mechanics to them. I don't think you could breed them on Bedrock. This was a few months back, okay? My memory doesn't work that great. You can breed them with wheat. They'll also follow you around just like cows would, and then they'll make a really cute little goat baby that doesn't have horns because they grow up and then they get horns, and it's awesome. And also, there's now a new source of milk in the game. It's not goat's milk versus cow's milk, it's just milk and milk, but you can still right-click on a goat in order to get milk now. So if you're dealing with a witch or something and you happen to be near mountains for some reason, well, the goats can potentially save you. Still, though, the big mountain terrain generation, that's just on Bedrock. I'm sure it'll come over here soon, but just goats for now. There's been some changes or additions to the trades that you can get with wandering traders. So now you can get things like rooted dirt, which sounds very, very exciting. And also moss, which, I mean, both these things very easy to find in lush caves, but they haven't been added to the snapshots in a regular world generation. So this is exclusive. The only way to get them right now, so get it while it's hot. Also, they can trade for dripstone as well, but did the baby goat just escape? Oh, it did, because it can jump and it was able to fit through. Oh, you clever little thing, you. It's all right, it's coming back for its parents, real scared. Masons, also you can trade for dripstone. I would have a demo here, except I tried leveling up like 10 different masons, and they just refused to offer a dripstone trade, but it's supposed to be a thing, too. So, yeah, get it before the lush caves come into the regular terrain gen in Minecraft in the snapshots. There are a few little updates with powdered snow, but mostly I just wanted an excuse to build this 200 IQ contraption that lights mobs on fire and then drops them. So one of the new things is that any mob that's on fire, if it comes in contact with powdered snow, it just eliminates that block. It unalives it. Poof, it's gone. So what we have to do is spawn a skeleton here, light it on fire, and then drop the skeleton. It extinguishes the fire and extinguishes the powdered snow. Wow, isn't that crazy? But now we want the skeleton to go back into the powdered snow, and you'll notice that it's going to start shaking when it gets cold. I'm sorry, bud, you're a test dummy. Oh, it's shivering. It's like a shivery Strider boy when it's out of lava. And in fact, if you put a Strider in here, which I don't have the heart to do, it'll like be even worse. It takes extra damage when it's in powdered snow. And then the amount of time that it takes for a skeleton to convert into a stray has now been reduced. And another part that you can see as to, well, how much worse powdered snow is to be in is if you just jump in, it's just like instantly you are freezing. I don't even want to be in survival. It takes way less time for you to go full freeze. And then the amount of time in between ticks of damage, also less. You want me to? Okay, fine. I just don't want him shooting at me too, but all right, all right, well, hold on. Let's get out and we'll demo it. It's not going to be very fun, but here we go. Okay, we're going to start freezing in like a couple seconds, handful of seconds, and then it's going to just be like pain real quick. Okay, we're freezing already. And every couple seconds, we're taking damage. Fortunately, I've got good saturation, but, you know, if you got stuck in here, not particularly fun, honestly. Okay, going back into creative mode before things get super nasty there. So, leather boots, once again, going to be kind of important if you're walking around through any snow-covered terrain that happens to potentially have pockets of powdered snow, because it'll save you and everything will be much better. And you can be in it, and you won't have to worry about freezing, and then you can ascend and descend. And the rates at which you ascend and descend now, or maybe just the ascension, is quicker when you're wearing the leather boots. Leather boots, what a tool they are. Absolutely required for your inventory now. Another thing, though, with horses is, let's say we want to take our horse in here to the powdered snow. It'll sink in, and it will start to get cold. I would also start to get cold if I wasn't wearing my leather boots right now, so keep that in mind. But let's go get out of here, and as soon as our horse starts shivering, we're gonna help it out a little bit, because we wouldn't. Oh, you look cold, dude. Let me help you. There we go. Okay, everything's fine. I gave you some warmth. So just like you can wear leather boots to save yourself, you can give leather armor to a horse, and then it can be a powdered snow without having to worry about freezing. The only problem is it doesn't seem to help you with escaping the powdered snow. I don't know if they'll add that in the future, but you're still stuck, but at least your horse is alive. So you'll just have to kind of dig a path out and then rescue it that way. One more thing to mention is that mobs that are usually cold, like strays, as you just saw, or snow golems, or polar bears, they don't freeze when they're in powdered snow. They still have mobility problems, which, again, is like, you might be alive, but you can't go anywhere, which kind of sucks. But yeah, they don't freeze, which, it's a polar bear. I suppose that makes sense. Another thing, boy, this is just a snapshot of teeny little tiny tweaks here and there, but I promise we're getting to the really, really cool thing in just a couple of seconds, okay? Bees now regard the flowering azaleas as a flower, whether or not you're interested. Cool, yeah, you're interested in that. Look, it's so flowery, there's like no other flowers around here except for, ignore those. So bees, they like flowering azaleas. I wonder if we'll find bees inside the lush caves underground. That'd be kind of cool. Okay, that's pretty much it for that one. Okay, so another update that's both cool and uncool is that you can get axolotls, cool, and glow squid, not really cool, spawning in underground cave lakes and stuff. But I think it's a net positive because if you get the axolotls, then obviously any glow squid that happen to be in the area, well, it's not going to be very fun for them because the axolotls are going to be like, nah, dude, we wanted the Chillager gang for life. See you later, bud. So at the end of the day, the axolotls reign supreme, and I mean that works for me. That works in my book. There's some like minor changes to how the axolotls act and their behavior when it comes to hunting and being aggressive, and they've got a bit of a cooldown after they perform an aggressive activity. As you can see, these couple aren't going for the glow squid because they've just eliminated one of them, which I kind of disagree with. I feel like they should have just a nonstop appetite for the glow squid, but you know what? It's fine if you got to take a break and digest. It's not good to swim too much after you eat, so I get it. It's totally cool. But anyway, you're still not emitting light. What are you doing, bud? Come on. You gonna emit light yet? Unbelievable. Okay, let's get into what I think is the really, really cool thing. All right? So you're looking down here for a second. You're thinking, wait a minute, what's off about this? Something seems weird. Maybe if I plug that up, you'll be like, wait a minute, this seems a little bright. You have your gamma setting in your options file set like really, really high so you can see underground. And the answer is no, I don't. There's a new block that's been added to the game. It's literally called a light block, and it's really cool. So you give it to yourself with a command. It's not like in the creative menu or anything like that. So you can give Minecraft lights to yourself, and it's this light bulb block here, and it works just like a barrier. So when you're not holding it in your hand, you don't see where the light block is. Once you put it in your hand, all of a sudden you can see that there's this light block here, which is giving light to this area, but you would have no idea if it weren't for the fact that I was holding the light block in my hand, being able to see it, because you can't even punch it or do anything with it if the light block isn't in your hand. Now, I can break it if I want to, and all of a sudden it's dark, as you would expect. So it wasn't a little gamma trick. It is legit, like, the light block. And that's not it, okay? You can right-click on the thing with the light block in your hand, and then you can adjust how much light it's emitting, and it goes through all the light levels from, like, 1 to 15. It starts to get kind of hard to tell the difference. Once you get to, like above 10, it kind of starts blending together. But pretty cool. You can kind of tell on the farther blocks away, but like right around the thing, it's hard to tell, like when it's maximized and then you overshoot it and you're like, oops. So I don't know if there was a way to display what light level it's at on the block. It might be kind of cool because then you'd not overshoot it every time or be guessing like, is that it? Is that the max? Is that the max? Is it? Nope, overshot. But anyway, it's really cool. This thing's awesome. I guess if you needed the max, you can just place a new one down. You'll be good, and then wait for it to disappear once you switch off the light, and then, yeah, pretty awesome. I mean, this thing, oh God, dude, if you're like just making a creative build and you want it to be light on the inside, but you like don't want the torches, or you don't want the glowstone blocks or anything like that as part of the aesthetic, now you have a way to deal with that without just tweaking your gamma. So that's awesome. Favorite edition of this snapshot by far. Okay, lastly, I know you're very sad that we didn't have graph time. I'm sorry there was no new graph this week. That's what you've been looking forward to throughout this entire video. I didn't say it earlier because I knew you'd leave before, so I had to lure you through the rest of the video somehow. Hopefully there will be a graph next week, but what they did say is now there's just like generally more iron, as well as larger clusters of diamonds that you can find underground. And they also like tweaked the cave generation a little bit more with a bunch of specifics about cheese whiz and toothpicks and stuff like that. And I'm like, right, I take your word for it. Here's caves if you're interested in taking a look at them and stuff like that. Seems like I'm noticing a little bit more in the way of like lakes and water underground than the last time, but not as much as the time before that. I don't know. You'll just have to go and load up a world and kind of look for yourself and see how it is you think the changes were made that they put into words about cheese. Really, though, it's like they talk about cheese, and that's how the caves generate or something. I don't know. Swiss cheese. Yep. So that's pretty cool. And that pretty much wraps it up for this snapshot. So hopefully you've enjoyed. The light block is awesome. Make sure to like as well. On top of the lights block, make sure to hit the like block down below the video. It's another cool sponsor that I totally neglected to call out earlier, which is an absolute shame. Can't believe I've done that. So click it and subscribe to the channels. Stay tuned for more update videos and stuff like that, or just general Minecraft stuff that I upload. And hit the bell. Make sure you're getting all the notifications, and playlist for more update stuff if you've missed anything. That's pretty much it. I'll see you next time.